Today's video here today is going to be about people experiencing something called quantum immortality, where they feel like they died but they didn't die. So their consciousness and their unconsciousness is coming together, and they're thinking that with an impact of whatever tragic accident that happened, they should have died, but they miraculously survived. It's like their body jumped into another timeline, and then it's a new beginning, and they're starting all over again. So um, they're living another version of themselves. So it seems very interesting. So we're going to get into this right now.
Going to sound insane, but some physicists believe you never actually experience your own death. Not because you're invincible, but because of quantum mechanics. There's a thought experiment called quantum immortality. It comes from something called the many worlds interpretation of quantum physics. And in that interpretation, every time a quantum event has multiple possible outcomes, all of them actually happen. Instead of one reality collapsing into a single result, reality branches. So imagine every decision, every random event, every near miss. Instead of one timeline, there are countless branching versions. Now here's where it gets interesting. If there's an outcome where you survive and another where you don't, then from a first-person perspective, your awareness would only ever continue in the branch where you're still alive, because you can't experience the branch where you no longer exist. This doesn't mean your body is immortal. It means your subjective experience, your awareness, would only ever track the timelines where it continues. So from your perspective, there would always be a version of reality where you're still here. So maybe the bigger question isn't, do we die? Maybe it's, what actually are we? Are we a body in one timeline, or are we awareness moving through many?
I'm trying to understand this really quick. Here, I am thinking like your unconsciousness, like your soul, maybe jumps into other realms, other dimensions, other realities, and then it comes back to its actual reality. You can see other sides, you can see other things leaving your body and then coming back. So you experience like you had died, left your body, and then you came back. That's what I'm trying to think. Like, so if you got in a tragic accident, your soul probably did leave and then miraculously came back to your body.
Probably the most woo-woo thing I've ever said on this channel, but I have reason to believe that I passed away in January of 2026, and because of quantum immortality, I am still here. So let's talk about it. Quantum immortality. There is a theory in quantum physics that if you are to die or pass away in this life, you won't know, because you'll instantly be transported to another dimension. So like if you were in like a car accident, maybe you didn't survive. Odds are you didn't. However, you would be transported to another timeline where you didn't know the difference. If we think about Schrodinger's cat, there is a timeline where the cat lives. There's a timeline where the cat dies. You don't know if it lives or dies till you open the box and observe. But if you are the person in the box, you don't have, you know what I'm saying? Like it could go either way. Therefore, you can split off into two timelines. Because of that splitting into two timelines, there's a timeline where you lived and there's a timeline where you died. This could be said for anything, but I have reason to believe that one of my biggest moments of death in a timeline series occurred in January when I was abducted on a date. I've talked about this briefly, And this notion has been in my head since that very day. I couldn't shake the next day feeling like I died. And I know that this normally does not come with recognition of the timeline that you exited, but I've been saying this for months as well. The veil is very thin, so I think that in these moments you're feeling a little bit more sensitive to the energetic frequencies of things. And because of the details of what I know consciously happened on that day, I am certain that I consciously did not survive in another timeline. Or unconsciously did not survive in another timeline. From him drinking and driving the whole time we were in his vehicle, to what happened when we were at the secondary location after I told him I did not want to go. I don't think that I survived that whole scenario in every timeline. I think that in most timelines I did not, and that luckily I was transported to the timeline where I did. And then after I posted my initial video of talking about my abduction, I had a lot of people saying, "We're just so glad that you're still here." I'm glad that I'm still here in this timeline, but I know that there are other timeline versions of myself that did not make it out of that matrix, and it makes me very sad. And recently, the person who abducted me, I got a new phone and they tried to reach out to me and contact me, and I guess because I got a new phone, this device did not block the number, which is an issue with the carrier, not me. But he was trying to reach out to me and got a hold of me. And when I tell you the chill that I got in my entire body, that was real. And it made me feel like I had actually seen my own ghost, not a ghost of somebody else, but like I had seen myself gone. And that is something that unnerves you to your core that you kind of don't forget. So when I say these words, I believe that in another timeline, I am gone fully because I was gone at the hands of this man. That is not an exaggeration. And I say this to say things with timelines are really weird right now. I know that the woman was talking about how her friend crocheted her a scarf and a hat, but then she ended up finding two hats and people are finding duplicates of things. But I think that it does truly go deeper than this. I think that things are a little bit off whack. But I know for certain that on January 4th and 5th, that was it.
Back in 2023, I got into a really bad car accident and I crashed into a bear on a back road in Florida, and I'm almost 100% certain that I died and experienced quantum immortality. I was in the process of moving from Daytona to Tampa, and I was traveling on a back road. There was literally no other traffic on this road except me. So I was going pretty fast down it, and I never thought to think that there would be black bears in Florida. This was something that I just literally didn't know because I'm not a native to there, so I had no clue. Since there was no other traffic with me on that back road, I was going probably like 70 miles per hour, like 65, 70. I remember looking at my gauge and it's like right in front of me on my dashboard and it was like 60 something. So like 70, like in that range, that's how fast I was going. Literally 1 second later, a black bear runs directly across my car. And I feel like it was some key moments that I remember. At first, I had no idea what looking at. I've never seen a bear before, and this bear was massive. It wasn't like some cutesy little baby. Like, that shit was full grown, might as well have crashed into another car. There was a moment where when I was crashing into it, I literally was like looking directly into its eye, and I felt like at that point, I literally like lost my life. I felt like that was my last like breath. The feeling that I felt the second that I crashed into the bear was like I was being unplugged and ripped from this reality. I literally could not access anything. Everything became so untangible, it wasn't even funny. I'm pretty sure I died on impact, but my soul traveled on to where I'm at now, which is another like parallel universe, which is exactly the same, but just a little bit different.
when I crashed into the bear, there was a brief moment where I was out of body. I could literally see what looked like to be just me in the driver's seat, but I'm like, who the f*** in this car? Like, I was so surprised that my airbags didn't come out either. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're going about 70 miles per hour and you crash into anything, like, your airbags should come out. There's nothing wrong with my airbags. Like, literally, it doesn't make any sense. It was like every single thing stopped and I was basically nowhere. It was like purgatory, and I genuinely did not exist anymore in that timeline, and I was literally being placed into another. My soul was like looking for another place to go. It felt like I don't even know, like, it was like this really crazy jolt. It was just like a jolt of, like, I don't know, like, in that moment I knew. And anybody who's ever had like a near-death experience knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, that I knew, like, I was like, I just died. Like, that was it. And the first thing that I did was panic. So I'm thinking, like, I'm not ready to go. Like, this was an accident. I don't want to. Like, my mom is going to be so upset. And I was like, oh my God. Like, that's all I was thinking was like, no, like, I'm just not ready. I'm not ready. And I was still driving my car after this. Like, my car was beyond. It was insane. The music stopped. I hit the bear so hard that my phone immediately got sent into SOS mode, and I couldn't open it. I kept putting in my password, but I could not get into my phone. I wanted to call my mom so bad, but it was like I literally was being like torn away from that reality, and I just didn't exist anymore. Like, there was no music on my car. Like, it just, everything stopped. Everything was like a standstill. It stopped. It was literally like, that was the split decision. Like, if I were to accept what happened, I feel like I would have went somewhere different, but I was so shaken up and I was so worried about like my mom that I immediately consciously knew that I wasn't ready to like let this be the end of my story. I continued to drive because I couldn't get into my phone. So I just continued to just keep driving and hope that like my phone will eventually like let me call somebody or something. Literally I drove probably for about a mile, and I just felt so like completely out of body. Like, it didn't even seem real at that point. Like, it didn't. And as soon as I could make a phone call, like, I feel like everything was just slightly different. Like, literally, stores that I thought were stores are different stores. Like, stores that I've been driving past like my whole life when I visited back my hometown are different. I'm like, there was this tobacco shop that I literally went to all the time, and it had a different name. I'm like, when did y'all change your sign? They were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, what are you talking about? Like, it's been this way. I'm like, it really hasn't been that way. Like, that entire experience has like shifted my entire reality, and like for some reason, like, I couldn't make peace with it for the longest time. I'm
trying to understand it. So, like, everything's different, but is your family different? Did that change? What? She's saying the stores changed, things changed. She went into another reality, into another dimension, into another time. I do not know. I'm trying to figure this one out. So at first I was thinking maybe her soul left the body, came back. She had an out of body experience. As soon as she got in a car accident, her soul left, and then immediately it decided it wanted to go back because it didn't know where to go. But I'm trying to figure out all this stuff that she see now when her reality totally changes.
felt like genuinely somewhere else I was being grieved, and like our souls literally do get the option to just move on into a parallel universe, which is exactly the same as the last one, or you can, you know, go somewhere different. I don't know, but
So what it seems like, well, from some of these conversations, it seems like it was just some out of body experiences in their soul leaving the body, going back. The unconsciousness, um, they were unconscious and then ended up being conscious. Um, they realized something tragic happened. In their mind, they're thinking, this is not it. I gotta go back. I can't stay like this. So then they decide to go back. Maybe the soul goes back to the body. I'm trying to make sense of this. Let me know what y'all think about this quantum immortality, out of body. Is it an out of body experience? Is it a parallel universe? simulation, Mandela effect. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. If this has been experienced, you had past life experience, something happened and passed and came back. I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out, but just let me know. So let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Until next time, bye.